live. Big moments ahead of us today. We are talking about getting 500 plus people to your online events, which I am super stoked about, actually. Um, and it looks like one of our streams is going to one camera, the other stream is going to the other camera. That's okay. We'll roll with the punches. So, what we're doing today is we're talking about getting more people to actually attend your online events and how to determine when is the right time to take those online events and monetize it by or automate it, assuming that that system is already monetizable or is already being monetized live. And so what we're going to cover here is the thought process that I go through before we figure out where it's at, right? Because when you're doing online events, it really comes down to a couple different things. The first thing is, let me actually just double. Oh wait, we're not recording on here, but now we are. So sorry about that. The first thing is when you're talking about getting more online events, there's two types of problem, right? There's an attendance problem and a conversion problem, right? And so the attendance problem is I'm not able to get enough people to sign up. I'm not able to get enough people to register. I don't know how to get more exposure for that event. The other problem around getting more people to sign up is, well, I know how to get people to register for my event, but my show up rates are terrible, right? No, I have all these people signing up, but there's no one actually showing up, right? And so that's around more of the that's a traffic and attendance issue, right? If you don't have that issue, right, and you're trying to get people who are shown up to your events, who are actually showing up, whether it's live or recorded, then from there the question is, why aren't people taking action? Why are they not booking a call? Why are they not buying? Am I saying something? How come maybe they're not sticking around long enough on the event? And so what I want to do is actually give you the framework of how I position that to actually determine, is it what level of complexity is it between a traffic problem and an attendance problem? And if people are showing up to your events, maybe, and I'll show you the right way to look at it to see, okay, well, maybe people are leaving early. Something I said during that presentation is driving people away from me. Or I just don't, I'm not saying the right things to get people to want to work with me and buy with me, right? Because part of that issue is when people are doing online events, they'll teach a lot, right? And I think, back in the day, everyone was like, don't teach, don't give away too much information. They're just gonna take it you know and try to apply it, and then they'll never get results, and you're not doing them a favor and you're not doing yourself a favor. But the thing is that if you just teach absolutely nothing, you give them no value, that actually will also steer them away. So the right way to actually go about it is to really understand what are the pain points from a high level, truly be able to dig and just dig that knife as deep as you can with that pain point. So then you can actually show them, here are the different ways to think about that problem on solving that specific problem. That's how you accomplish it, right? And so here is I created like a quick little diagram. I would love to say, as you've been watching, I've created this, but I created this a few minutes beforehand and used it in one of my other presentations as well. But I'm going to share this with you to kind of understand the framework here. All right. So again, if you're seeing me twice, not an error. I'm recording on two different devices, testing things out, right? So here's the deal. If this is the process to automate online events, but I'm going to call it, for the sake of this conversation, this is the process to monetize online events, not automate it yet. You need to know how to monetize it before you can automate it. So when you are going through and you are monetizing an event, right? the first question is like, well, this event doesn't really work. It's not converting. It's whatever it might be. My first question always is, have at least 400 people seen the presentation? Not if 400 people signed up for the presentation. Have 400 people entered in their name and email, popped up, and they saw your presentation. Okay. Usually the answer is no. So then my first thing is, go back and be sure that you're promoting your event enough to be sure at least 400 to 500 people have seen that presentation. Okay. Now, if you're not quite sure how to get people to the presentation, I'll go through and I'm going to talk about a couple of different ways that you can get more people to attend your events. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen again. So if you're trying to get more people to attend your events, and you're going to fall under a couple different categories. The first category is that you know your audience, you know the messaging, this offer that you're promoting has worked previously, you know their pain points, you know where your ideal audience is spending their time. Okay. So for people like that, that is a great opportunity for paid advertisements, right? Because then those paid advertisements, you're able to take those specific messaging, and then you're able to promote it, whether it's on a YouTube, on a Facebook, on Google, AdRoll, TikTok, have an influencer, work with an influencer and actually pay them a flat fee to promote your event for, anywhere from 4 to 7 days, right? And so those are a couple different ways that you can just drive traffic. And so the breakdown, if you want to do more a paid event strategy, a really cool thing to do there is you've got your content breakdown, you've got your presentation. And so one of the things that I like to do to kind of get more of a feel around the audience of what they're actually interested in is I'll take one of the topics that the presentation covers, do a YouTube, a Facebook Live, or Instagram Live, whatever it might be, and actually promote just the subject line of the headline is going to be around that one individual topic that you're going to cover. Get feedback from your audience around that. Like, are they having objections to it? Is it something that's really resonating with them? Is that something that they actually might want to take action and work with you because you're talking about that one specific problem, solution, whatever that might be, right? And so the one of the other ways to drive traffic is if you create a bunch of video content around the topic of your webinar or your event. There's two things that you can do. You can either not either or, I would do both. Put the private link sign up of your event in the description of your social media videos. That's the first thing. The second thing that I would do if you are trying to get more people to attend your events through the different social media platforms is that I would create a free offer. So a free offer can be, here are the 3 tips to, if you're a real estate agent and you're trying to get more people to sign up for your online event talking about real estate in the commercial market, or not the commercial, in the residential market, then I would say, here are the 3 tips to be sure. Here are the 3 negotiation tips for new home buyers when you are putting your first offer on a home. And then those 3 tips would include, looking at comps or X, Y, and Z. I don't really know much about real estate. I'm just kind of taking a guess as far as what would be a good offer around that, right? And so then after someone signs up for that free offer, the thank you page would be an invitation to that event. So now you have they're interested in a piece of content where they gave you their email address. Now that they've given you their email address, you automatically invite them to the event around that specific topic. And if they don't sign up, you already have their email address to automatically follow up with them and invite them to the event once again. So a couple of different cool ways to get some more traffic to those online events. Now, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a series of videos because the first thing is really just to hone down the strategy around getting more people to sign up. Once people have signed up, the next thing I'm going to cover is um, have more than 10 people purchased or scheduled a call from the 400 people have seen your presentation. And that's the next thing that we're going to cover. So I'm really excited to go over that in just a bit. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions or comments in the meantime around any of this, let me know, and I'm more than happy to help. All right, thanks.